Hello, I'm Samantha. Welcome to our channel. We're so glad you're here. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's story. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's begin. The girl who forgot her husband every morning. The first time Lucas realized his wife no longer recognized him, he thought she was joking. It was morning. Sunlight poured through the bedroom window. Amelia slowly opened her eyes. She stared at the ceiling for a few seconds. Then she turned toward Lucas. She didn't smile. Instead, she asked nervously, "Excuse me, who are you?" Very funny. But Amelia still looked terrified. She pulled the blanket up to her chin. "Please, get out of my room." At that moment, the doctors walked in, and Lucas's life changed forever. After a devastating car accident, Amelia had developed a rare form of memory loss. Every night, when she fell asleep, her brain erased every memory she had made since the accident. Each morning, she believed she was still living several years in the past, before she had ever met Lucas. From that day on, every single morning, Lucas had to introduce himself again. "Hi, I'm Lucas. We've been married for 4 years." And every morning, Amelia stared at the wedding ring on her finger in complete disbelief. She couldn't believe it. So Lucas filled their home with photographs, wedding pictures, vacation memories, birthday videos, love letters, everything. Anything that could prove he wasn't a stranger. Eventually, Amelia fell in love with Lucas again. Every single day, they drank coffee together in the morning, went for walks in the afternoon, watched movies at night. And the next morning, everything started over. One day Amelia smiled and said, "It's strange. I don't know why, but I feel safe whenever I'm with you." Lucas simply smiled, because he knew she would say the exact same words again tomorrow. 2 years passed. 730 times. Lucas introduced himself. 730 times. His wife fell in love with him all over again. But one morning, everything changed. When Amelia opened her eyes, she smiled. "Good morning, Lucas." Lucas froze. "You remembered my name?" Amelia nodded. Yes. Tears filled Lucas's eyes. He thought a miracle had happened. But a few moments later, Amelia quietly said, "I need to tell you something." She opened the drawer beside the bed. Inside were hundreds of notebooks. Every single night, before going to sleep, she wrote down everything that had happened that day. Every morning, she read them all again. She hadn't truly recovered her memory. She had simply learned how to live through her journals. Lucas was speechless. "So, you knew who I was this whole time?" Amelia wiped away a tear. "No, I only knew that the notebook said I was supposed to love you." Silence filled the room. Then she continued. "But there's one problem," Lucas whispered. "What is it?" Amelia picked up the final notebook. On the last page, only one sentence was written: "Don't trust Lucas." Lucas turned pale. His hands began to shake. "I didn't write that." Amelia slowly opened another notebook. Inside, it read, "If you're reading this, it means you've forgotten everything again. Lucas truly loves you, but he's hiding the truth about the accident." Lucas sat down. He couldn't hide it anymore. The night of the accident, they had been fighting. A terrible fight. Lucas was driving. Blinded by anger, he sped down the road. Amelia begged him over and over, "Please, slow down." But he didn't listen. A few minutes later, the car rolled over. Lucas survived. But Amelia lost her memory. The police never discovered they had been arguing, and Lucas never told them. For all those years, he took care of Amelia. Not only because he loved her, but because he couldn't escape the guilt. Amelia looked at him and said, "Every night, when I write in these notebooks, I decide that tomorrow I'll leave you. But every morning, The moment I see you again, I fall in love with you all over again." Lucas broke down in tears. "I'm so sorry." Amelia smiled, the same beautiful smile she had always worn. "Maybe I'll never remember the past, but every day I get another chance to choose." She gently took Lucas's hand. "And despite everything, I still choose you every single day." But their story didn't end there. After the notebooks were discovered, their lives were never the same again. From that day forward, Lucas decided there would be no more secrets between them. Every night before Amelia fell asleep, they sat together on the couch. They opened a new notebook. This time, Amelia wasn't the only one writing. Lucas wrote a few lines for the next morning as well. The first sentence was always the same. "Good morning, Amelia. If you're reading this, it means it's morning again. You probably don't remember me, and that's okay. I just want you to know that I'm not leaving you today either." Every morning, Amelia read those words first. Then she looked at Lucas. And every single time, a gentle smile appeared on her face. Slowly, the notebooks became more than memories. They became part of their love story. One day, Amelia asked, "If you were in my place, if you forgot everything every morning, would you keep going?" Lucas answered without hesitation, "If I had the chance to fall in love with you again every day, absolutely." A few months later, the doctors brought unexpected news. An experimental treatment had become available. There was a small chance it could restore Amelia's memory, but the odds were very low, and if it failed, she might even lose the memories she had rebuilt through the notebooks. Lucas looked at her. "The decision is yours." That night, Amelia stayed awake until sunrise. She reread every notebook. She laughed. She cried. Then she opened the last page and wrote, "If I wake up after the treatment and remember nothing, I hope I meet the man I fall in love with every single day." A week later, the surgery was performed. Lucas waited outside the operating room for hours. When the doctor finally came out, he simply said, "Now, we wait." The next morning, Lucas sat beside Amelia's bed. His heart was pounding. She slowly opened her eyes. She looked around the room. Then she looked at him. Silence. With a trembling voice, Lucas whispered, "Hi, I'm Lucas." Before he could finish, Amelia smiled. "I know. You don't have to introduce yourself anymore." Tears streamed down Lucas's face. "Do you remember everything?" Amelia gently shook her head. "No, not everything. There are still many pieces of my past that are missing. But this time, my heart recognized you before my memory did." A few months later, they held a small wedding ceremony once again, not because they had forgotten the first one, but because they wanted a new beginning. When the officiant asked, "Do you choose him again?" Amelia smiled. "I've been choosing him every single day for years." Everyone at the ceremony was in tears, but Lucas looked only at his wife, a woman whose memories were still incomplete, yet whose love had never been stronger.